Just in, we have a Foone sighting in Antarctica, and we have a reporter on the scene.
All right, weather report. I don't know why we need a weather report in the Antarctic. Apparently we do. It's cold. It is extremely cold. As you can tell, it's snowing. I'm not enjoying it. I'm getting something. What? A Foone? Sir, are you drinking again? What am I looking for? What does it look like?
A new species, the Grydium foonus, also known as the Foone, has been located in the Antarctic. What the Foone is pretty much, it's this mammal with long arms and short legs, and it uses its arms to help it walk. Otherwise, it's only about 3 to 4 foot tall. Where the females, on the other hand, are the more dominant species, where they're about 5 to 6 feet tall.
Foone is covered in a thick white fur, and its skin is pale, thick, and almost leather-like. The fur is white and its skin is pale to help it blend in with the Arctic surroundings. And its skin is thicker to, 1, try and trap heat, and 2, to catch prey, and 3, for self-defense, because it has pores that release a toxin. The fur is thick to try and keep in more bodily warmth as its environment is extremely cold.
Change from a juvenile to an adult Foone is a gradual process in which the Foone slowly gets bigger without much change to its appearance. In simpler words, the baby Foones are just smaller versions of the adults that get bigger over time. The only major difference in appearance is that the infants are born hairless like most mammals, and their hair grows after birth. Some advantages in development include similar bodies, so the Foones don't have to adapt to new bodies, similar to like a caterpillar having to go to metamorphosis to become a butterfly. They're not as vulnerable, so they don't have to stay in this cocoon, which leaves them in a very vulnerable or stationary state. They're always able to eat, so some animals actually have to binge eat in order to survive when they are younger, but the Foone do not have to do that. And Foones actually have a great relationship with their mother. Some disadvantages of the developmental process of the Foone include they have more competition for food and resources. The mother must protect the young instead of reproducing more, so the mother can only have what Foone they just made. And it takes a lot longer for the younger Foone to be able to reproduce.
The Foone uses a typical mammalian respiratory system in which air is inhaled through the mouth or nose, taken down the windpipe and into the lungs. When the Foone exhales, carbon dioxide in the air is expelled. The oxygen is then transferred through the blood system to the muscles and organs. And it is circulated through a four-chambered heart. This same blood also transports nutrients taken in by eating, absorbed and filtered through the kidneys, and this filtered waste is then excreted as urine or feces to the organism's urethra or anus.
Well, how exactly is it going to defend itself out here?
The Foone does not use neither speed nor stealth to catch up with its prey. Instead, it is very intelligent, and it lures its prey into nearby enclosed areas with dead animals. It then uses a specialized gas toxin that is stored within its body to slow its prey down so it can walk up and tear its prey apart with its claws. The Foone releases a toxin out of numerous pores hidden that is underneath its thick fur coat. This toxin fills up the enclosure and makes the prey freeze up and eventually go unconscious. When it comes to digestion, the Foone has a complex stomach system where the food is digested in the animal's stomach with acid, then moves through a large and small intestine, and then the leftovers are released via the anus.
When it comes to the Foone's senses, it can see the entirety of the visible light spectrum and uses this to see carcasses placed in caves. It has good hearing that is adapted to the loud winds of the Antarctic blizzards. To help locate dying animals, the Foone has an exceptional sense of smell and can smell decaying matter from great distances. As a defensive system, it uses the toxin released from its pores that it uses to get its prey, to stun attackers. After the animal is stunned, the Foone can either run away by using its long arms to propel itself, or it can use its claws to rip apart the attacker and eat it. Typically, the Foone will choose to eat it as they have large appetites and will eat almost anything. Females also have a stronger sense of smell to find a mate.
Okay, that makes sense, I guess, but how exactly is it adapted to this level of cold?
The Foone is very well adapted to its environment. The Foone's thick layer of white fur allows for the regulation of temperature and in some cases camouflage. The Foone is a very territorial creature, even of its own kind. The only Foones that a Foone will interact with and share territory with is its mate and offspring. When there's harsh weather, the Foone will go into its caves that it usually passed out from generation by generation of each Foone. It's very common for Foones to get into territory disputes because of how little caves there are in the Antarctic.
Alright, I don't know what I'm looking at. It seems to be making some sort of noise. I can't really see it. Looks like it might be running this way. It's probably fine. Anyways, how does it
Like you. I think someone should go check on him.
So why don't you go get it?
I can go do that.
Foone reproduces sexually between one male and one female. Female Foones are the dominant of the two and seek out the male. Foones have no specific mating season and will mate at any time. To find a mate, the female uses its heightened sense of smell to smell the male's gas. The stronger the scent, the more likely a male is to draw out a female. If the male rejects the female uses its stronger body and longer arms to overtake and trap the male and reproduce. Because the female Foones look for males, and because it takes around 8 to 9 months for a Foone fetus to fully develop and be born, female Foone reproduce about once every 1.5 years. 9 months of this is for the fetus to develop, and the 9 months is to take care of the infant Foone. Once the child Foone is old enough to walk and eat, the mother is ready to reproduce again. Each female Foone gives birth to about 3 to 5 children in its lifespan. Both male and female Foones have distinct genitalia that are used in sexual reproduction, i.e., the penis and vagina.
Kaden? Where are you, man? Oh! Oh no! No!